Welcome. Hundreds of thousands of people just like you have been helped since the mid-60s with the answers to the questions, why am I here? What's my purpose? What's life all about? I understand because I was the same. So have you found that life lately has been a little bit harder? Have you felt like your relationship is slipping away from you? Have you felt like sometimes you just don't know what to do next? Have you found yourself turning to someone else for advice and the advice is not quite right? Or maybe you do it and it doesn't quite work out. Have you felt a little bit lost, like you want a little bit extra help, but you're not sure where to go to get it? Well, what's actually happening in that scenario is you're actually yearning for the connection with your spiritual helpers. We all have a team of spiritual helpers, and they help us every single day. The thing is, we've forgotten how to listen. We've forgotten how to hear them. We've forgotten how to communicate. So what I do is I can teach you how to communicate clearly with your spiritual helpers so you can find the answers that work for you. Not what somebody else thinks is right. What's for you specifically to help you with your life purpose so you can be at the right place at the right time doing what's right for you. When that starts to happen, your life takes on a magic air about it. All sorts of things start to coordinate and happen. You think, wow, I had one of those magic days today. Well, why does it happen like that? What happens because you relax, you start to work from your feeling part. You start to understand that the intellect and the feeling are supposed to work in harmony, not one more than the other. It's not all about your heart, not all about your intellect. It's about a balance between the two. So what I do is I help you establish that balance. So you end up being in the right place at the right time. There's a lot of things we do in this program that help you be able to move forward your life that'll make a huge difference. All the tools and techniques that I'm going to show you, every one of them is practical in your everyday life. We actually say, if it's not practical in the everyday life, then why have it? Why use it? Everything has to be practical. It has to make a difference in your life, and everything works. So the next step from here is, if you'd like to take it further and find out more, I'm going to be doing a lecture later this week, 2 lectures later this week, and below is a link to one or the other. You can click on that and hook yourself in. It's free now. I used to charge for them. I don't charge anymore. So you can come along. The lecture goes for an hour. In the lecture, I'll be talking about a whole lot of different things. I'll talk about the relationship between you and your spiritual health. I'll talk about who you are as a bundle of energy. I'll talk a bit about your past and where you've come from. I'll talk a little bit about where you're going to. I'll also talk about balancing your head and your heart, or your intellect and your feeling. I'll talk about where things fit for you in respect to these energies that might move around you. Suddenly you're feeling happy and then all of a sudden you're sad or you're depressed and you don't even know why. I'll talk about why that happens. And I'll show you a technique that you can use all throughout the day that will just bring a calmness to you. So if you feel a feeling that's not yours, or you think, why am I feeling like this? I don't want to feel like this. I want to feel different. If you find yourself saying that, you can use this technique and a calmness comes over you. That's really quite extraordinary. And you can tap into that whenever you want. So in the lecture, I also go through and I talk about 4 personality types. So yes, there are 4 personality types. And each lifetime we've chosen a particular order for our personality types. And that order determines for us why we do the things the way we do. You'll start to recognize it in other people. So you understand why it is your husband, he doesn't think the same way you do. And you go, oh, now I understand better why he thinks that way. Now I understand better what he's actually after. What's the communication that he's not saying that he's asking me and he wants me to answer? So you know how it happens when you and your husband, you've been together for a little while, and all of a sudden he thinks something and you pick that thought up and you act on it, and he goes, I was just thinking that. Well, I help you understand why that happens and help you have it work for you. With the personality types, it also helps with your children too. The more you understand the personality types, the more you can understand your children, you can better give them what they need for them to be a well-rounded adult, instead of us trying to make them into a carbon copy of us, because that's what we know. And we all do that. That's a natural part of the process of growing up, going from children to teenagers to adults. That's what we all do. Ever had it happen where all of a sudden you said to yourself, you know, I don't want to do it the way mum and dad did it. I'm going to do it differently. Then a few years click past, then all of a sudden you find you just become just like your mother. You think, how'd that happen? I swore I'd be a different sort of mother. I'll be a different sort of wife, a different sort of sister, but it hasn't happened. I'm just like what my mother is. Well, we show you how to bypass that. We show you how to actually make conscious decisions and be able to direct it really easily so you can have the life that you want, not just a replica of somebody else's. So all these things I explain in the lecture. There's a whole lot more too. So if that is of interest, go to one of the lectures down below, click on it, you'll get a Zoom link, and you can just register, log in, join a couple of minutes early, so you make sure everything's set up and you don't miss the start at all, and because I start right on time. And after the hour, if you like to know more, or you'd like to participate and actually learn these techniques and get involved, then I'll show you how to do that. If in the lecture you've heard all the little bits and pieces that you need and you don't need anything more, that's perfectly okay. We understand that happens to a lot of people. So, but if you do find some stuff there that interests you, you can take it as far as you like. It's not something once you join, you have to stay there or you have to do a whole lot of stuff. You can leave at any point. You can get involved as much as you like. All right, so I look forward to seeing you in the lecture later on this week, and I hope I can help make your life a little bit better and help you enjoy inner peace.